a very wise choice about not being prepared by, oh, I really don't need to be prepared for this, whether it is a business deal or whether it's a presentation or whether it's just a conversation with anybody. If I make a choice of not doing my homework well and not preparing well enough because I think that I am smarter than the other person, then there are possibilities that I am overconfident. So the thin line to measure, and differentiate between confidence and overconfidence would definitely be about your preparedness. So if you come what may, I am prepared, and I am putting my efforts for the same, then definitely I'm confident. But if I'm not willing to, prepare and do my homework, then I'm overconfident.
Thank you, Nisha. Thank you very much.
Pleasure, Mr. John.
Jitendra, you're raising your hand.
Yes, sir. Today's session I mostly like honeybee nature and honeybees like, dislike, and most learning attitude by honeybee. Thanks,
True.
madam.
Thank you. Thank you, Jitendra, for joining in. Thank you.
Yes, madam. Thank you.
Thank you. So I'm not seeing any other hands, so let's proceed to the next topic for today. So world is revolving around with data, the new fuel. So organizations are spending billions to make meaningful insights from data. And here we have someone to tell us where to start and what we should look forward for. He is a solutions director with more than 21 years of software solution industry experience with more than 6 years of big data and analytics, and more than 5 years of AWS cloud expertise, and certified by AWS with machine learning and big data. And without further ado, let me introduce to you Mr. Saji Bulukul to speak about big data and AI or ML on AWS. Take over, please.
Thanks, John. Yeah, for that quick introduction, and I really appreciate, Nisha. It was an awesome session. So, just to give you a thought, I have imparted some of your learnings immediately in my system. By means, what I want to tell you is, for the past 3 months, I had a perfect internet. Everything was working fine. So today, when I open my session, I see there is a patchy internet. I immediately switched on to my mobile. I mean, that's where I'm working on. But then your positive thought vibes, I just imparted it. I thought, okay, what's going to go maximum wrong? Some of you are going to say, no, I'm not able to hear you properly. Can you repeat the statement again? I mean, that's the positivity I bring in. So you got a student immediately in me now within a minute. We need to impart and shed away. We'll just make sure that's how we're going to take it up and move on. Yeah. Thanks, Nisha. Really appreciate it. Okay. Let me just start with our technology content and then okay, I would say, yeah. So being that said, I would appreciate if anyone couldn't hear me, or if there is a breakage, if someone could let me know. State accordingly. So
this meeting is being recorded.
I'm Shaji Pulukul. I'm working as a solutions director with Rapider. So we are advanced cloud provider for AWS cloud provider, in fact. So we do consulting and solutioning for multiple clients. I mean, that's the kind of technology that we deal with. So I have got exactly 30 minutes. I mean, slightly less than 30 minutes now. And I'm handed over with, in my plate, 3 hotcakes, right? Cloud, AWS, big data, and AI/ML. So it looks like I have to portion that like 10 minutes on each of these. So you might be really on a roller coaster ride. So fasten your seatbelt and get it. So because these are like subjects which people do expertise in AI/ML. It's like 10 to 20 years. That's exactly the amount of time which guys spent on it. Big data is another area where 10 years is what they are trying to get an expertise and things like that, and cloud as well. So 1 to 2 years. I mean, that's the kind of measure. So we're going to shrink down and make it a core, and we're going to talk about that, all those things in maybe 25 minutes, right? So that's the kind what we're going to see now. All right. So cloud. Now So in case if you are not a technology guy, and you might be hearing a lot about cloud, so the whole world want to be moving in cloud. So some analytics says Fortune 500 companies have not yet completely moved post this pandemic. That's almost every enterprise, every bank, every area wanted to move into cloud, because I mean that's the next place where you can actually reside and start getting your things done, right? Now, what exactly is cloud, by the way, now? So those of you guys who might have some expertise in terms of technology, you can go and touch your server, right? So you may feel good about walking into a data center, feeling your servers, switching on, switching off, testing it. I mean, that's the kind of affection you show towards your server, right? And in comparison to what really is a cloud. So I'm specifically talking about AWS cloud or Amazon Web Services cloud, right? So something which you have been seeing and watching or peeping through your window and seeing all this because it was just next door of yours, this data center, what you're talking about. In case if you have your office in second floor, your data center might be on third floor or fourth floor. That's how exactly it used to be previously, right? From there, you're moving your entire ecosystem to somewhere AWS data center. That means that's what cloud for us is. So your server, your switching on, your broadband connection, your every single security aspect, your inverter, digitization, webcam, security camera, every single thing is being taken care by someone else, which is like Amazon, right? So they're going to take care of it, and you are through a software layer, you're just trying to access those servers and things like that. And those of you guys are in the technology part, maybe 10, 20 years. For us in India, so if I want to get a server, I'm not sure how many of you are there in such kind of a business or dealt with such kind of a thing. So in order for me to get, I'll pace down slightly because I know that could be an internet issue for someone for hearing. So I'm just going to slow down. So if I want to get a server 20 years back, right, it's like 6 to 7 months before I actually get my server, right? And specifically in India, when I go to, mostly I'm going to get my components from Singapore. When I ship it, it's going to take me, a process itself is going to take like 2 months, right? After I get my server in, now next part of it comes in like, whenever someone comes for implementing that particular server, he's going to come and don't see a cable which is supposed to be there, and that's missing, right? Now you have to get your vendor again, call them back, say that you have missed the cable, and then he's going to send the cable to you. Now, all your good luck, it will be dealt, the customs would have given a non-clearance just for the cable, right? So this is how the kind of environment that we dealt with, right? 6 to 7 to 8 months before I get a server and start implementing my solution. That's my traditional world. Compared to the new cloud world, where I get my solution, 5 minutes, I have my massive, even a supercomputer, I can get it. Right? It just depends upon how much money is there in my pocket right now, and I can really create a supercomputer. Me as an individual can create exactly the kind of power which a bigger enterprise like IBM or a bigger Accenture, that's such kind of a company which they can do. They might be doing it for 1 or 2 years. Exact same machine, I can just send it 1 or 2 hours and get that innovation done. I mean, that's the kind of shift in the mentality when we are talking about cloud environment, right? So it's in everyone's reach now. And that's one of the reasons that you're seeing so many innovations, so many new startups coming up. That's simple because the innovation that cloud has brought in the ecosystem, right? Now, the difference between our traditional data center and the data center available in cloud, which I spoke about over here, is simple. Now, see over here, all the blue buttons that you can see over here are the data center that is available in Amazon, which you and me can swipe your card and start using it, right? And these data center are more than maybe 200 to 300 data center combined together, and you can start accessing it. That's exactly what it is, right? So there are a lot more concepts because we are going to scratch on top of the surface of what exactly is the cloud. That's the reason I'm just sticking on to 200 to 300 different data centers combined together across the globe and he's going to tell you, Amazon is going to tell you, or AWS is going to tell you, now it's up to you. Click on a button. You can, from India, without any passport, without any flight, within 3 seconds, you're going to reach North Virginia, start spinning up your instances, and start creating your innovation over there. I mean, that's what a new cloud era or the journey has given you. Right? That's something what it is. So what I'll try to do is, so I'm just looking at my counter as well. So I have 17 minutes now. So I'll just even walk you through so how an AI ML based solution can be deployed within 10 minutes, how easy it is than deploying, investing huge amount of money on a data scientist kind of a thing, right? Next, we're going to talk about what exactly is the big data ecosystem. So how does big data in cloud makes a difference? Big data is nothing but previously, if you see anyone want to do some sort of an analytics or some sort of an insightful, meaningful insight, how much sales did I do? What is the profit that I made? Excel sheet. That's exactly what you used to rely on, right? I just sum it up and I see today I made 10,000 bucks, right? How much is the cost for me? That's going to be, again, I sum it up. I say the cost for me is like 4,000. So that's what's the profit for me? 10,000 minus 4,000 is going to be 6,000 profit. All we deal with was my that's limited. I did not have bulky, massive amount of data. So previously I used to have a GB or maybe maximum TB of data. That's the kind of data which you used to deal with. Now compared to today, petabytes of data, that's something which is very, very common among some of the industries now, right? So that's not something really, really big. So that's kind of environment what you're talking about when we talk about big data, a massive bulk of amount of data. And what is the importance of getting so much of data, or how exactly it's going to benefit me getting so much of data? I can predict my environment with much more accuracy if I have too much or huge amount of data with me. Now, why am I talking about a big data and combining it with cloud? The reason, simple reason behind a traditional big data ecosystem to set up, me as a practitioner or me as an operations guy would require almost a month to set it up, cleanse my data, setting up a pipeline that needs to go to another system in place. And there should be multiple systems it needs to go and traverse multiple occurrences. And then I make a meaningful insight. I mean, just like the way you can see the funnel, it's all the raw garbage data is going to come in, and then a cleansing process happens. And at the end of it, you're going to get meaningful insight. And based on that, you can have your prediction in place. You might have seen. So whenever you watch your Netflix channel, Netflix movie, immediately it's going to give you a suggestion of another movie, which is similar to your choice. How exactly are they knowing what exactly is your choice and what sort of a genre is what you're preferring to watch? And Netflix says that 80% of their selling happens with the recommendation. So they recommend based on your personality or based on your watching pattern. I believe now this might be a good fit. Why don't you go ahead and watch it, right? That's exactly what Netflix is doing for you. And when your selling happens, that's exactly what Amazon is doing for you. And how exactly this prediction happens with much more pinpoint accuracy, because you're dealing with a huge, massive amount of data. And with the help of a cloud, instead of taking almost 1 or 2 months to set this environment, I can get this all environment set in 2 days, right? That's the beauty of cloud environment or cloud, big data on cloud. So there are multiple tools and services and available in cloud environment, which allow you to do that. I mean, that's the kind of technology shift. You don't have to really worry about too many number of components. It is, life has become much easier for an engineering guys or an infrastructure guys. You can just make things plug, knit together, and get an insight created in maybe 2 or 3 days, and your entire platform is ready. Now, you as a businessman just need to take your data and then feed it into the system. It's going to give you a meaningful insight. I mean, that's the kind of revolutionary change that cloud has brought in. Right? Okay, so that's about a big data on cloud. And switching on AI ML. artificial intelligence. So I believe there's a small mistake in that part. And machine learning on cloud, right? So artificial intelligence and machine learning. So the screenshot what I've put over here is these are nothing but what we call as services that's been provided by Amazon for coming up with your machine learning solutions. Now, what do I mean by that? So Amazon has given so many number of services. You just need to go click and then based on your use case. So think of it now, you have a use case where you want to convert your text to some sort of an instruction. I mean, Alexa, like everyone might be knowing Alexa now. So what's fueling Alexa? That's something known as a Lex that you can see over there, right? So those kind of components are being handed over to you as the customer. Now it's up to you. Take it up, plug it, make a beautiful architecture out of it. So visualize these services from AWS as Legos that's been given to you, right? Just something given to your kid. And now it's up to you how beautiful is the architecture that you're going to make. So it's your imagination, it's your creativity that could result into a great product. I mean, that's exactly what we are what I'm trying to say over here. What I'm planning to do is, just showing the slide alone as a technology guy, maybe slightly boring for you. So I just want to show you a real scenario over here, a quick demo where I want to show is, think of you wanted to help your police department, right? So there is a jailbreaking happened near to your place, and the police guy is absolutely no clue. The jailbreaking, the prisoner has already ran away, and now you don't have any clue where exactly you have to intensify your search, right? I can show you this same use case if you pick it up in Amazon services within maybe 5 minutes. I can come up with a solution. Okay, so be prepared for a live demo over here, and that's where I will wind up the session too. So I'm just going to go to AWS environment now real quick. I'm assuming you guys can see my screen too.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, all right, great. Thanks for your response. So when I click, I've already logged into AWS services. If I open up, these are the services that's been provided by AWS for you, right? And this is the focus area that the focus services that you're talking about, right? One simple service. So our use case as we already discussed, there is a jailbreaking happened to your place, and you want to help the police department to where to intensify that search, right? Where is the location where you should be actually searching for that thief, so that you can get catch hold of that thief in a much faster way, right? Let me just bring in that now. Recognition, that's the service. I'm just going to do a quick demo of it, try demo. What I want to do is, there are so many number of features. So picture and hand it over to this first. He's going to predict what is there in your picture. I mean, that's like a great wealth of information that you can provide. I mean, that you can get from this tool. I'm just going to do something known as a face comparison. Okay. So you do have celebrity recognition. I mean, you try taking your photo and try picking it over here and keeping it. So you know whether you have fallen under this category of celebrity or not, right? Yeah, jokes apart. So we will try to put a face comparison now. Okay. So what I'm trying to do is, let me just get you a prisoner first. I'm just going to get a prisoner's photograph. Yeah, so check. Just maybe. And prisoner. That's our prisoner for today now, right? And then what I want to do is, so he has done an early morning jailbreak. Now we need to catch this guy, right? So where do I need to intensify my search? So a CCTV footage CCTV footage from multiple locations is the one which you want to collect, right? And I have collected one of the CCTV footage where, so some of you might have seen, I'm not sure how exactly, some of you might, a movie fan, so you might have seen old Hindi movies where the Hollywood, the Bollywood movie. I'm not sure how much the Hollywood takes such kind of adoption. So whenever someone does a jailbreak, so you can see immediately the person who has come out of the jail is going to go right in front of the stage and start making the dance, and then the police would not be able to recognize, right? Some of the strange stories which we have gone through, right? So that's the kind of scenario we're talking about. So this is the CCTV footage. Let's bring it up. No, that's the lesson number, guys. I'm having slide. Okay, that's the group picture. No, I do have very limited number of. I just want to show you slightly more in number, so that you understand the powerfulness of the system. Okay. So AI. All right. I just want to remove the. Okay, yeah, there you go. Okay. I do have a small image where I can show, but that's not really something which I thought of showing. Looks like that image suddenly vanished somewhere. Yeah, I would use R&D and codes, design codes. Okay, maybe I may end up showing you the existing smaller version of the image itself. I think I accidentally got that image deleted. That's what really would have happened. Yeah, that's really what happened. Okay. Okay, no, I think that's pretty strange. But anyways. All right, so I'm just going to pick it up. So we'll see. I mean, this is not what I really intended, but let's see whether it's able to detect the guys over here, and then come up with the prediction. What really went wrong? So I just want to upload, and then pick up a group picture, and then choose. Right? Yeah. So yeah, looks like even my connection. I just want to make sure you guys are able to hear me. Yeah, we have 3 more minutes.
Yes, we can still hear you.
Okay, great. Yeah, I think my connection is getting it into, yeah, there you go. So after doing that prediction, what it did is, you can see a human naked eye, if it's tried to do a comparison of this guy with some sort of a mustache and all those things, comparing to a picture over here, he's coming up and saying with 94.9 percentage accuracy. I'm saying the guy standing over here is the guy who. So the moment he moved out, he camouflaged himself, and that's how that's the picture. But he's telling this guy is the one with I'm giving you information with 94.9% of accuracy, right? So scenario over here could be in a programmatic world. I'm going to take like 100 or thousands of such kind of picture, and I'm just going to do a comparison over here, and all automated. You don't need to manually do it. To a program 4 or 5 lines of code, that's exactly what you need to do, and it's going to immediately come up with your result and say that's the guy whom you're looking. And these solutions have been implemented by, I believe, either Chicago Police Department or California. I can't recall where exactly. One of the police departments in US, also in India, and also I believe there was an NGO who was missing child, right? So this app has been utilizing this behind the scene, the service for implementing all those things. So what cloud makes the difference is, traditionally, if I wanted to bring in such kind of an algorithm or intelligence in my app, it's going to take me almost maybe 1 to 3 to maybe close to 1 year itself. It may take me to get this, and I may have to make a biggest data scientist algorithm. Instead, I can just use it as plug and play model and get these innovations created, right? So that's exactly what I meant. Okay, moving on. So that's really what I had. So in case, what's next? From India to Chicago, right? In 4 hours, is that a dream or it's going to be a reality, right? And spending $100, right? If you have not heard of anything of this sort, I would recommend you guys to just go and Google Boom Supersonic, right? Something which is, it's an AI AWS fueled product that's getting built. They claim within next 10 years, they should be able to have a mechanism, a fuel efficient, a green bio fueled supersonic, which can travel from any part of the world to another other part of the world within 4 hours, spending $100, right? And that's like an amazing story for you, right? So apart from that, if you want to go deep dive into a lot more machine learning world, OpenAI GPT-3, Google GPT-3, or go to a YouTube video and GPT-3, you can see within maybe another 5 to 6 years, the way we see our outlook, the world itself is going to completely change, right? So there's going to be a massive amount of technological change because of the GPT-3. That's nothing but Elon Musk OpenAI framework that's been available for you, and that's becoming too much of innovation supplied on the machine learning and AI ML space. So I would recommend you guys to go for that searching. So now, in case if you have anyone over here planning or getting confused how exactly I will make my first move to AWS cloud, be at Rapider. That's a firm I belong. I mean, we provide cloud consulting partner. We are an advanced AWS cloud consulting partner. We help you migrate your workload to a cloud. And if someone thinks, okay, now where can I learn these things? Is there someone who can help me out? So there's going to be a cloud for AI, which I was part of it some time back. It's been taken up. They're going to have a very, very innovative module that's going to come up. Even a non-technology guy who has absolutely no clue on technology, they're planning to build a platform in place where you can learn AWS cloud, big data, and AI ML. I mean, that's the plan with which Cloud for AI is planning for the launch. Right? That's really what I had, and hope you were able to hear me. I'm just taking it as a positive note, influence from Danisha's topic, what she's covered. And at least you're audible and you're able to get my sessions covered. I'll just stop it with that note. Thanking you. I'll open up for any questions that you guys have. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Shaji. That's very insightful. And yeah, so even with the difficulties, you're still able to perfectly deliver the message you wanted people to hear. So yeah, any other person who'd like to ask or interested in sharing their insights, please unmute or raise your hand. Okay.
Hello, hi, Shaji. It was a great, presentation. I think pretty useful for all the, aspirants, for the beginners as well as for the senior consultants in this space. We'll definitely touch base offline, especially on the trainings and where we constantly get requests, and we can try to route some of them. Yeah.
Sure, Srini. Yeah. Thank you.
All right, perfect. So, I cannot see any other hands. So yeah, I think it's more than an hour of the session right now. Thank you so much, speakers, for your time, effort, and the knowledge you have imparted to all the audiences from the platforms also that we were live. So thank you so much. So and also just to let you know, for our audiences, we also have our live youth Let Us Talk webinar every Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. As always, you can join our preparation sessions every Tuesday and Thursday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time by registering at our website, letustalkit.com/youth. For younger youth group, we have live webinars every other Friday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And this week, we have the topic chores and its impacts. So hope all can join this youth webinars, which should encourage our youth. All right. So thank you so much for your time, everyone. And we can conclude the day and enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.
Thank you all.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Thanks.
The recording has stopped.